Hey guys, now we'll see get server side props and afterwards we'll see get static props also. So what is get server side props? So firstly let me show you, this is my like normal page, index page running, and okay, nothing much, normal. Okay, so let me just remove this. I was just checking a few things. Yeah, so normal home page which is running like a component. Okay, nothing much. Now there's a database which has some data, country, city, age, name. Okay, for the reference I have taken this database. So if I go to localhost 5000, so it will just give me the data id, name, age, city, country. Okay, so I have just built a normal API in this Express, so it's just giving me the data on an API. So it's like your API. So how do you do the fetching of data? So what you do, normally people they do like they firstly import use state and use effect from React. Okay, normally they import these two things, then in use effect they make it like once and they just call await, not await, I'll just say get data. Okay, call a function get data. Now here I will create a function constant get data. It will be an async. Okay, everything is normal what you do. Then you say constant response equals to await, you do fetch, and here you give the API http:// localhost port 4000. It's 4000 or 5000, I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, 5000. Okay, 5000. Then constant res equals to response dot json. Then I will just print the data. So this is a normal procedure, or you can use like Axios also. So you are doing client side APIs calls. Okay, so now if I just open the website and go to console, you can see I'm getting the data. If I just reload, it's a promise. I think I haven't put await. Yeah, I think I have put await here also. Yeah, so you can use Axios also. So I'm getting the data like normal procedure, nothing hanky panky. So now what we do, we just put into state constant, I can say user comma set user is equals to use state, and I will make it null. Okay, in the starting it will be null. Then I will just say here set user will response and the first index, because we are getting the first index. You can see the first index, normal procedure. And here how will I show the name? I will show only the name. Okay guys, for now I will say if user is there, then show user dot name, otherwise just give me the loading state. Okay, some use state any. Okay, let it be. User is not defined. User, I mean the user is defined, why it's showing user is not defined? If I just make an empty array, oh, why it's showing user is not defined? I'm inside this home only. Use state, somewhere I'm gone wrong. Oh, sorry guys, this function I'm putting in the get data, it should be like the main function and it will be null. Okay, so now if I show you, so see there's a loading coming because in the I'm calling from the client side, the data is not padded present in the starting. And you can see in the network also, every time I'm loading, it's calling the API and we are getting the response. This is a client side rendering. Okay. So suppose you have a big data and it will come and then it will render. Okay. So it will take a little time for the website to load because it will in with the loading state, then it will show the data. So how to make it faster? So for that we use something called get server side props. So server side means the API, this API will be called on the server only and it will just send you the whole data. Okay. So it will be so much faster. So let's just show you how do we do it. We'll say export async. We just put in the page. Okay. Function, and the function name should be get server side props, like get server side props. Okay. So it will be export asynchronous function. If you're calling an API, obviously you'll call an API, that's why you are using function get server side props. The function name should be get server side props. Then here what you'll do, whatever you are doing here, you just cut it from here. Okay. And paste it here. Now you are calling the API from the server. Now I don't need this data. I don't need use effect also because I'm calling from the server only. So now here I will just do console.log whatever the response I'm getting. Save it. Now every time I load, I will get I have to return also. So for now I'll just return props empty only. Okay. I think it won't take empty. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's taking empty. So currently I'm returning empty. Just forget about this thing. I'm consoling the data. Okay, normal. So if I go to inspect and reload, I can't see the data. If I go to network also, I can't see. Why? Because I'm calling the API on the server side and printing also on the server side. So it'll be like, then how do I see the data? Then go to your console. And here you will get the data because you are calling from the server side. So whatever you print inside get server side props or whatever you do, it will be shown here. Okay. So now if I again reload, if I show you side by side. Yeah. So if I, let me make it, oh guys, this is so embarrassing. Why it's not, yeah. So now if I reload, suppose I'm reloading, Control Shift R. Let me, yeah. This page is so big. Yeah. So if I reload, so it's printing here, but you can't see because it's the same data. So what I'll do, I'll just stop it, do a CLS, and again do a yarn start. Okay. Now if I reload page, okay, successful everything, we got the data. See, again reload, see, again printing. Every time you reload, you will get the data printed here because you are calling on the server side props. Then you'll be like, okay, now how do I send this into my main function? So here you are returning props. Okay. So here I will just say response. Okay. So I will just send this data. You can send multiples also, like response, comma, this, whatever you have. But for now, I'm sending this response only. And to accept in home, just accept as a props because you are returning props only. So I'll just say res. Okay. Now here directly in the use state, put the res. But we have a res, the first index. Okay. I need the first index. See, now even loading state is not even coming because as the API is being called in the server only, then this sends the data directly here. So you don't have to call the APIs on the client side. Page rendering will be fast and loading state will be slow because loading will never be there. I mean, if you are doing some other stuff, then that's another thing. And you can see so fast. And we have like name. I can just print the age also. So if I say comma user dot age. Okay, so I'm getting the age also. So this is what get server side props you can easily use in your maybe wherever you want. And this, if you write the wrong spelling, the function, so I just say prop, not props. See, by default, I mean VS Code only showing error, but if you still try to run it, see, you will get an error because name is get server side props. So every time you call the page, it will call the API on from get server side props and get the latest data. Okay, and if you don't do export, then also it won't run. So you have to exactly write like this: export async function. Maybe you can use ES6 function, that's another part, but normally you do like this only. So this was about how to use get server side props on Next.js. Next we'll see how to use get static props.